This story of Blake Lively extorting Taylor Swift is getting more and more legit by the day. Now People magazine has turned on Blake Lively, and now another A-lister is cutting ties next? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I don't mean to be giddy. I don't like anybody being piled on. I really don't. But Blake Lively, girl, we have been fighting a fight here, and you have tried to gaslight everybody. I've gotten a lot of flack from people still to this day. Oh, come on, Andy, you're being too hard. Swifties are coming at me as if I'm attacking Taylor Swift, which I'm not. I'm a Swiftie myself. My audience knows that. I've seen her live 3 times. Look, the reality check here is Taylor Swift is no longer friends with Blake Lively. I firmly believe this. And the evidence is here because People magazine, who has been typically Team Blake, has now turned and says their friendship has halted. The singer wants no part in this drama. I mean, who doesn't believe this? If you're a Swiftie, how do you not believe this? Of course she wants no part of drama. She never wants she likes to cause some drama. She does cause her own drama when she feels it's justified. And she shuts down drama with her lawyers and her reps all the time. We're going to get to that in a second. But let's go through what this source says. Insiders shed light on where the friends stand. We know where they stand. They don't stand anywhere near each other anymore. It's halted, a source tells People. The 2 stars are taking some space, but their friendship isn't completely over yet. I think that's a nice, stop this, Blake, end this lawsuit, and maybe we'll see. But Swift was issued the subpoena, and of course that upset her. The battle against Justin Baldoni continues. Multiple sources tell People exclusively that the actress's relationship with Swift is struggling as the singer faces a subpoena by Baldoni's legal team. I'll tell you right up, it was struggling when she read Blake Lively speaking about her friend in private and using her, labeling her dragon. That's a pretty hard thing to not see again. Like, whoa, that's what you think of me? I'm here to be your chess piece and you use me to get how you want. Oh, and then by the way, it turns out Justin maybe wasn't as bad as you kept telling me he was. And I'm seeing all this stuff come in and it clearly is more complicated. And now I'm being dragged in to this drama. Imagine being a friend with somebody like that. You would not want to be involved with that friend. You would look at them differently. Of course, that's what's happening here. So yeah, the friendship has halted. A source says close to Swift. Taylor wants no part in this drama. Another insider says that Lively and Swift, whose friendship can be documented go back to 2014, are indeed taking some space, but adds they are no longer friends. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, they're just not talking. We'll see if they can rekindle it, but I don't think they're going to be able to rekindle it now that they've been threatened with 10 years of text messages being released. Swift was really hurt after being implicated in this fight, but that the stars were working to put it all out behind them. You know where this source is coming from? Blake Lively. This is a Blake Lively source. This is not a Taylor Swift source. According to a complaint Baldoni filed in January, Lively referred to the pop star as one of her dragons. However, a source close to Legal Bass says when the subpoena was served, that fractured the fragile peace between Lively and Swift, who is godmother to the actress's 4 kids with her husband, Ryan Reynolds. Now, don't forget, Travis Kelce also unfollowed Ryan, which was a telling sign that all was not well. And what's even bigger of an all-sell is, no, it's been 2 days, and Taylor Swift's team has not put the kibosh on this. Taylor Swift's team puts the kibosh on anything they don't like. Notice when her publicist tree went out there to shut down the Joe Alwyn marriage wedding rumors. Like, when she wants to shut something down, Taylor gets it shut down. I've never seen anybody get something as fast shut down on X through Elon Musk than Taylor Swift did when she called out the AI generated images of herself. You can't post an AI image of Taylor Swift on the platform anymore because her lawyers are that litigious that even Elon and X were like, okay, don't put Taylor up. But anybody else can get trolled and harassed all day long. But Taylor, no, we can't afford to have Taylor get harassed. That's how good her team is. So you're telling me, Swifties, that now all these time later, she still isn't correcting the record. You're telling me that she's allowing a story out there to imply one of her best friends, that the Swifties, some of them are still trying to defend. Her best friend threatens her. And you're telling me Taylor is not correcting the record? I mean, what's it going to take? What's it going to take? Because I'll tell you what I think's happening here. There's only so many people that I feel like Brian Friedman would do this for. Of course, people are saying it could be Travis. Some people I've heard say Sabrina Carpenter, because Justin made a film with her. It's called Clouds, and Sabrina's close to Taylor. But no. I think those are still too far off. I don't think Travis would speak that out of turn. There's only people close to her, and that's Tree, her publicist, who could be the source. Or, I'm just saying, there's no one else closer to Taylor who gets involved in her business when they need to than her damn parents. They're her managers. They're the people who do everything, all the business stuff through her dad or mom. It would, to me, if you're going to guess who the source is, my gut, this is my guess. It's her team directly. It's someone in that team. Now, I don't know, maybe there's another underling amidst these people close, but these are the three people that she relies on the most, from my knowledge. It's got to be someone in her team. And the fact that they haven't corrected it and gone to the outlets and said, no, that's not true, that tells you everything. Taylor Swift is done with Blake Lively. Taylor Swift is so fed up, and I wouldn't be surprised that they're all fed up. Why did you let this get so far, Blake? That's been the question everyone in Hollywood's asking. What on earth were you thinking? This was not the clear-cut case you thought it was. I'm hearing even Ryan starting to feel the pressure as well from higher-ups and some of his studios and things like, dude, enough. And he's still hanging on to, well, no, we're going to expose the truth. What truth? What did even Justin do? I'm so deep in this case with the documentary we're doing, which you guys, thank you everybody who's donated, bought an investor pack and tipped to the store. You guys can still go to the store. I'll link it at the end. But what evidence? Like, even each example that she complains that Justin did is getting blown up by people online who don't know anything about this case. There's no like egregious behavior that he did. And there's no one else who's come forward from any other film project or anything else he's done to echo it. So it's just like, it's pure like celebrity style bullying where the fans of the celebrity and people who are ignorant have just joined on to just pile on and call Justin what he is. But look, Hollywood is done, and as is more of Blake's friends. Another A-list pal is out. Who is it? Gigi Hadid, who last seen was at the Deadpool Wolverine period. This was the high point for both Blake and Ryan. They were at a high point. It Ends With Us was a huge hit. Deadpool Wolverine, huge hit. They had the same movie out that weekend, or the second week, whatever. #1 movies back to back. They were on a high. And even with the bad press Blake was facing, they were both doing extremely well. Gigi Hadid, everybody was still connecting to Blake, even amidst the bad press, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She would have been able to keep going, but they couldn't handle the bad. She couldn't, it seems, all that bad press. And then they got fooled, I believe, by Stephanie Jones, the publicist. Oh, it was all Justin. He's the one who did it all. BS. Absolute BS. But when they got some little text in a context, they took the bait. And then they couldn't let it go. And now it's their demise. It is going to be their downfall. Gigi Hadid is the latest person who is cutting the friendship's done. There is no recovering from this. What Blake has done was exploit the godmother of her children and manipulate the public into thinking that she was watching out for her best interests. 100% that's what happened. Swifties, when are you going to wake up? Some of you have. I've seen some of you come to me, Andy, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I was supporting Blake because I thought they were friends, but no, it looks like I was wrong. Guys, it's coming. It's coming. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. And I don't think Taylor was the big bad guy. Yes, was she involved a little bit? I think she was believing what Blake told her. I really think she was probably, oh yeah, wow, that sucks. Justin's doing this to you. Like friends do. I do not believe she was in there. She didn't have time. She was on tour. She was dating Travis. There's no way she's as involved as some of you want to make her be. I just know some people hate Taylor Swift so much. It's just like right now with the Justin Bieber and the Diddy of it all. Bieber wasn't by Diddy. There's no proof of it. They've now come forward and said it, but the internet doesn't want to accept that. And I'm not going to keep telling them down that they're wrong. But this is the problem with celebrity stories. Sometimes people just have such an emotional opinion about somebody, they can't let it go. And I'm very confident in the fact that Blake is the bully. Blake was absolutely using Taylor, and I think she's done this to a lot of people. It's why her reputation wasn't that good. Taylor got swooped in and believed it and got tricked, and then the truth came out. And yes, Gigi Hadid is no longer friends with her either. She's loyal to Taylor, of course. She's not and will never be one of Blake's dragons, an insider said, alleging the text betweens. Of course she's not. She's Taylor friggin' Swift. She's nobody's dragon. So what's wild, too, is Taylor and Blake last seen were in October. They had a double date with Travis and Ryan in October of last year. if they hadn't just dropped that lawsuit, if they had just moved on with their life, just done the movies and moved on like nothing happened, all of this could have still, and now we wouldn't have known the truth about Blake Lively, but now we do. And this is absolutely bonkers. Bonkers. And the reason it's bonkers is because, again, Hollywood power players trying to control the narrative, media outlets being afraid to report the streamers afraid to take our documentary because, well, I don't want to upset Ryan Reynolds. Now we're seeing People magazine start to turn. It's starting to happen. The turn's happening. We got to keep pushing. Pushing for the truth is what we're pushing for, not to bully anybody. The truth. And I got to say kudos to Taylor, whoever it is on her team. Bravo to you for finally having enough and seemingly letting the cat out of the bag and letting us finally get to what happened here. That's what more people need to do. And I applaud the people who've talked to me so far in the crew and involved in the movie. Stay tuned. I'm going to point you where to get the shirt. Make sure you hit the subscribe button first, hit the bell for alerts, all that jazz. Smash the like button as well. But right there, on the right there, you'll see our Nobody's Dragon t-shirt. Click there to go to our store. Check out the store. You'll see the investor pack and so much more. Support the documentary. Get your name in the documentary. Tell everybody you're supporting it.